one of the things about Pete Townshend and Keith Moon when you listen to it, and then when you watch it even more, you'll see Keith Moon singing along with Roger, you see. So, you know, it's melodic drumming. Dear Alan Brown, the famous Melbourne jazz drummer, now passed, R.I.P., but he used to always say, I just sing along, Chris. That's what he told me on the show many years ago. Well, just sing along. Just sing the melody. There you go. That's what he do. And that's what I found with Barry Barlow of Jethro Tull. You know, everyone knows I'm a tragic for Tull. And you just hear him, you think, what's he doing? How's he doing? Oh, it's a melody. Oh, that makes it easy. And there you go. So that's what goes on there. But what happened is, like, when you're hearing Keith, he wasn't always just going nuts. He would actually sort of play the groove while there's the singing. And when Pete did the big power chord with the big arm swing, that's when he'd go fully sick. And watch him singing, you know. It's always really important to be sort of independent with your voice while you're playing, you know. Listen to you, I get the feel and feeling of tune. I get the heat falling on you. Sextuplets there, I get the There it is. There you go. Pete swinging. Half time, so very long. Now this is, it's sort of like a half time, but it morphs into a bit of a blues beat after this sort of bit here. And then it goes into a long accelerando, like that, you see. And that's what goes up there. And it goes into all this business, back into the guitar solo and stuff, but then it goes into underture. I'm keeping on going, by the way. I know I'm over. This is going to be an hour show, and I always planned it that way. There you are. So get another beer, and I've still got a bit of a way to go. I'm going to keep going until the tape runs out. There you go. So your underture is bum, bang, bang, bam, bum, I'm being a bit messy because I'm stopping here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. That's the catches that I was doing for the Wizard before with Bill Ward. I've come back full circle to space. If you've got a drummer like Keith Moon or Bill, give him space, you know. You know, like Pagan's paddock in the footy, you know. Oh, yeah, give Wayne the forward line so he can go for a bit of a run, you know, sort of thing. I used to do it with Brendan Favola as well in Carlton back in the days when he was booting 10 goals a game and all that sort of stuff back in the early 2000s and things. Plenty of space. Just give me room to move, man. There we go. And that's what goes on. So you got the build. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and build. And slight change. Bum, 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 then it goes quiet, and then Townshend does the big swing, fring, fring, and then you just hear Keith bring it down. That kind of. And he had this little thing going sometimes too. And this is Neil Peart's thing. And he always said he got it from Keith Moon because Keith Moon was one of Neil Peart's from Rush, his favourite drummers. Is when you're doing like that's one thing. Say semiquavers. Why not? You see what I'm doing there? So you can hit a crash but still move around the drums at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive, you see. So you'd see that in his playing as well. Now, so much of this is, I suppose, just organic. He just sort of went through it because he's literally played all the time. Who was a hard-working, slogging band. And he loved touring and getting up to all sorts of crazy antics and stuff. But when you just play at that level every night on those long, grueling tours, because the way that Live at Leeds came about was they released Tommy. It was a massive success, and they just grinded themselves into the ground through 1969 with the big concert being, Woodstock, when everyone was there. Sort of thing, and all of that, and you can see their performance there as well. The bit where Pete just throws his SG into the crowd like that. But what happens is at the end of that tour, they said that they were going to do a live album. They was always going. So their road manager brought in the road tapes, and they were exhausted. and Pete was there going, "Oh, sod that." Look, just take the truck to Leeds. That's our next gig. Let's just do that. God, burn those bloody things. That was the thing. They burnt the tapes. They didn't smoke them. That's a boom tish for Shannon. There you are. I hope you're watching. Anyway, there you are. So what happens is that's what happened. So figure this. They toured all through 1969. At the end of the tour, they collapsed in a wreck. Sort of thing. They had 3 weeks and they had a couple of dates. They had Leeds University and Hull University the next night. And Pete, sod that, I'm not going to listen to all those road trains. Just record us at Leeds. So get this. They were that good. You got to get good when you're doing that kind of music for a year straight all the time. Bang, bang, bang. And then you take 3 weeks off. Right, you go have a holiday. You have Christmas with the kids and the missus, all that sort of stuff. And thanks, darling, back on the road now. And bang, off they went. They were crack. It was like, that's why they caught them fresh